So a few weeks ago, we had mentioned on here about how much we enjoy some blue cheese
We did.
because we were talking about how we hooligan
Yep.
and, we always get some extra funky blue cheese added to stuff. One of our Patreon, no, not our Patreon. He's actually just normal folk, just normal Southern
Just
folk
normal
listener.
Southern folk.
Yeah, just normal Southern folk listener. Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Knowles, owner of the Vape Sack Prime,
Yeah.
decided that he would get us some cheese, which took me to a wormhole because
It
at
did.
one point there was an embargo, there was an illegality
Yeah,
to the cheese.
We got a little scared about the cheese at
'Cause-
first. Like,
yeah,
can we have this cheese? Like, is it cool? Does the government, like, are they going to come after our buttholes?
because at one point Roquefort cheese, which is what this is, Roquefort cheese, it's a specified cheese that's aged in caves over in France.
Yep.
But it's supposed to be like one of the world's strongest of the blue cheeses.
The bluest cheese, if you will.
Bluest so much that it's green and blue cheese.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've made us a little sampler with it for us to do a taste it. I've made a couple of them. It also included some Granny Smith apple just raw by itself.
Yeah.
I've got honey, I've got chili flake, and I've got Roquefort on the top of the Granny Smith. So if you'd like to try some, Tiny did get a sniff of it while I was
did.
slicing it earlier.
We both sniffed it and we went, oh, we shouldn't have sniffed it. But
Yeah.
it smelled like well-seasoned feet.
It was very well seasoned
Like,
feet.
kind of like you hadn't vacuumed your carpet in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then you walk around and then you look at the bottom of your feet and you're like, oh, it looks like I'm one of the people that don't have electricity.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a 1, 2, 3. We're gonna take
Oh boy, it smells even more extreme with the honey and everything.
we're gonna take a big honk bite, or you gonna do a full? You're gonna do the full thing in one bite.
I'm gonna do the full thing in one bite, at least
Oh
the
my
first time.
gosh!
Because with the honey, you get even more of the feet. I've never enjoyed the smell of just honey.
I'm gonna bite this one in half because I don't think I can fit this full slice in my mouth.
All right, well, I'm ready whenever you are.
1, 2, 3.
That is aggressively blue cheese. Oh. I don't know about it.
That's dope. I love that. Oh my god! It's got a back end of a cow field.
It's definitely.
Oh, it's got the back end of a cow pasture.
Oh,
That's Casey's Frontier Chevre cheese.
it definitely should be done in small quantities.
Oh yeah, I gave that, now this crumbled up on the top of a burger.
Yeah, a crumble, not a giant slab on an apple, would be good.
Slabble.
Yeah, this big slab. I'm not.
I figured that we would
It's so much.
I figured we would go aggressive with it just to check it out.
Yeah, like in a small, normal human configuration, that'd be really good.
It's very salty.
Oh yeah,
It's very pungent. It does have a lot of the notes of like that antique store kind of basement-y vibe.
oh yeah. It's like you went into an antique store, like the one that we have in the mall, that is just slam packed with everybody's basement treasures that are very dusty. It's like you went in there and only breathe through your mouth
Why did you put the in front of it?
because there's only one in with the remnants of the mall.
It's not even the remnants of the mall. It's just remnants of mall.
Oh, we have only the one mall.
That's true. But it just says mall. Remember back whenever it was even up and going, like and bumping, it just said mall.
Yeah, like it never had an official name other than mall.
It was never like the Cookville Galleria or anything else like that.
It was just
mall.
mall.
So you're not going to eat your last one, are you?
No,
I bet if
it definitely needs to be in a small, crumbly situation
honestly though,
because that is such a big piece that I can't do it. It's
I'm such a
outside
fan.
that funk for me.
I'm such a fan of this blue cheese funkiness of it that I think that I'm going to scoop and bite a little bit more of it with my other apple because I can take.
I mean, I should have done that probably, but I didn't.
And it's in your mouth, living.
It is
isn't
so in my mouth.
It is. It is. It's making its own sourdough cultures inside of your
Yeah,
cheeks
dude.
as we speak.
Like it's almost like I can feel the tang of it in my mouth or something. It's weird. It's so blue.
Oh man, this is like girl dinner.
Yeah.
Charcuterie.
You know what would be good if it had, instead of regular honey, like hot honey.
Yeah, that's why I did some chili flakes on it, but
Yeah.
the hot honey itself is
You
a
couldn't
different
taste
thing.
some chili flakes because the extreme.
I had no
the
idea.
extreme barnyard. Yeah, well, neither one of us did.
Because we'd never had it before. We did not know we were signing up to be part of Shauna Claire's gang, but only the ass end of it.
Yep.
It's like we were on Rockadoodle, but we were the ones living in the fucking mud.
It was like we went in your neighbor's yard and Frenched all the cows. With the wrong end.
Why'd you say that while it was in my mouth?
I don't know, man.
All right.
It keeps coming in waves, too. I think I got some of my...
I'm going to keep eating it.
You going to have mine?
No. I'm going to make... No, I think I better not. Because...
Remember, your wife might want to kiss you later.
Chili flake got caught on my uvula. I think I might die.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Plus, you might want to, like, I don't know, kiss your wife later after I leave.
Yeah, that's true. Oh.
And you don't want her to go, your mouth smells like a cow patty.
Honestly, though, it didn't smell anywhere as strong as it tasted.
No, it is strong. I bet it would be dope in a salad. You know, just small crumbles with some green apple shavings and like some walnuts or pecans or something.
Oh, I've got some.
Maybe some cranberries. And then like some spring mix. You wouldn't want to put a ranch, but you would want some kind of white creamy dressing.
Yeah.
Something like a little sweeter than ranch.
Oh.
Ooh, like a garlic parmesan ranch or maybe a Caesar.
I hope I'm not having an allergic reaction to this cheese.
Nah.
Because my throat's a little scratchy.
Nah. You're just being a baby.
Hey, somebody gets stung by a bee. I think I'm going into anaphylactic shock. Nah, quit being a baby.
My dog stepped on a bee.
What was that?
That was Amber Heard reference.
Oh, God.
My dog stepped on a bee.
I forgot about that. She couldn't cry on command.
No. As hard as she squeezed her face, none would come out.
Yeah, like, and you could see like her forehead vein, like all this, like, I'm gonna get a tear.
Yeah, it was so dumb.
Oh, well, thanks, Jackson, for getting us this delicious / disgusting cheese.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's both.
It can be two things.
At the same time, somehow.
It could be delicious and disgusting. But man, it might also be closing my throat up. Hey, Tiny, I'm glad that you dropped your Coke earlier and it didn't spew all over you as well.
I did the 3-tap, and the 3-tap works.
Is that
about 75% of the time.
Is that granny magic?
I don't know. Probably. You just like 1, 2, 3, and then you can open it, but still do it slow. You know, be responsible.
Does that work whenever you take the bottom of a glass bottle and tap it on the top of another glass bottle that's open?
I don't know. I've never done that.
Oh, I've seen people do that on the internet. And it makes things like spew.
Oh, weird.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. Also courtesy of Jackson. And
I'm not a bottleologist.
Bottleologist? You are a bottleologist. You know how big of a bottle will fit in a human's butthole.
Yeah, I do.
So
750 milliliters.
Yeah, see?
That's one of the Jack Daniels bottles.
That is a
not
Jack.
the handle, but the smaller one.
No, it's a 7. That's just a normal skinny
bottle. Normal JD bottle.
Also
brought the human butthole.
Also, Jackson brought to us some terpenes, sticks that we had from the shop too. So that was very nice of him as well. So this episode of Funky Stuff in Our Mouth brought to you by Jackson down at Discount Vape. Funky Stuff in Our Mouth brought to you by Jackson.
Jackson the couch.
He's gonna love that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did just discover Ham Couch.
Yeah,
somehow.
honestly. And the story of the ham couch, like, did we told about that on the podcast about what the ham couch and how the ham couch got its name?
Yeah, if you want to check back, look for the episode "Diary of a Mad Ham Couch." It's thoroughly discussed in there.
And I can't remember if it was you that pulled out the meat or I pulled out the meat.
I think you.
Because I think at some
I think
point,
we both done it on 2 separate occasions.
because I can't remember if yours was ham and mine was like carved turkey.
Mine was a piece of petrified ham that almost cut my hand open.
Okay, because mine was like a carved piece of stuff.
It was like an axe head.
I can't remember if he had like the carved turkey or if he had like carved like normal ham or
I
what.
don't know, but it was in there.
Hey, I'm not going to judge somebody unless it's, yes, I am. I'm judging pretty heavy. We reached in there and brought out petrified.
I almost got
bellies.
wounded and bled due to ham.
Like, oh my God, what kind of splinter do you got? And I've never seen a splinter fester like this. What's going on? Oh, it's
sound like a dead animal.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain this to you, but I've got a ham splinter. Which is also my band name.
I've been penetrated by ham.
We are Ham Splinter.
Isn't the lead singer of Ham Splinter like the cousin of the lead singer of Horse Maze?
I think they might be. Why?
Because they might have wrote this theme song.
Oh, that was a transition.
I don't know. I don't know. I just figured to make it into one all of a sudden.
Oh,
It wasn't well thought out.
another one. Let's do it again. Go over there. Hi, everyone. I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer.
And I'm Austin Tiny. What is in my mouth? Zent.
And we are Nerd It Through the Grapevine, the podcast where your best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And this week we are coming at you from the grape sack to discuss some sci-fis.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tynifer, you wanted to talk about some sci-fis.
I
because,
did.
We get into some sci-fis.
We get into so much high fantasy talk that we neglect the other half of sci-fi or of fantasy, which is sci-fi.
Yep.
I mean, they're like kissing cousins, because high fantasy is considered a subgenre of sci-fi.
Yes, because the magic, just if you label magic something differently, you get tech.
Yeah.
And most tech is revolving around these science fictions about stuff that don't
exist. It's the difference
exist.
between mystical magic and machine magic.
Yeah.
Because technology is magical machines.
Just take a zune back to the year, 1776.
They would see if you floated.
Yeah. They would check and see if you floated in the metal box.
Yep. Well, I guess he ain't a witch because, God rest his soul, he's down in there.
And then the zune is in a
Down
waterproof
there in
case.
Willow Grove checking out.
The zune's in a waterproof case, and it floats up from my dead corpse. It floats up to the top, playing Beethoven, playing like. So, in your search for sci-fis and in your quest for tropage with your sci-fis, did you come across any staples of sci-fis that you thought might fit into some tropes, or tropes explaining what parts of the sci-fi they're in? Because you also wanted to get into the subgenres a little bit.
Yeah, because I've always heard Star Wars is just a space opera, but does anybody actually know what the hell a space opera is?
It's an opera in space.
No, it's not.
Is that a trope?
I mean, honestly, the subgenres are defined by a trope, and kind of the trope is the subgenre from what I've kind of seen.
Okay.
Because, like, a space opera is a subgenre of science fiction that emphasizes on space warfare with melodramatic, risk-taking space adventures, relationships, and chivalric romance.
You know how you talked about a guy on the internet that would that said that he was the Maharaja. Is that it?
The Mahdi.
The Mahdi. Who's the Maharaja? That's an actual.
That's an actual just like title. I
Okay,
think.
so the Mahdi that you were talking about, there's a person online. Their name is Bashar, and it's a channeling entity or multiple entities in a single human being.
Are you talking about the double-souled shaman?
No, that's Blunderfield, and you can shut the hell up. Quit introducing Blunderfield into my zeitgeist. Okay, I don't need that. I don't need that shit.
Well, you know what? Now Will Blunderfield is in their algorithms now.
I hate everything.
Y'all are
about
welcome.
that. I hate everything.
Enjoy that.
But Bashar says that that Star Wars is a story of our past, and Star Trek is a story of our future. Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you want a little bit of extra grapes, all you got to do is get onto the TikTok. There's some shorts on there highlighting some of our funnies that we've had along the way. I'm the only one on TikTok a lot of times, just doom scrolling and just carrying on, so that's why it's on my TikTok. So if you want to get on there, look up austin.shazam.phi on TikTok. You'll be able to find all the grape reels on there, as well as getting onto our Patreon for some extra squeeze. For $5 a month, you will have an extended episode that is uncut directly from record button to record button. No shenanigans are left out. If you get on the $10 tier of our Patreon, you get the uncut video as well, along with special videos and special segments that we do just for the $10 tier. Get on there, get all of our extra content, help support the podcast, and we would appreciate it greatly.
That's my peanut butter.
Have you ever been sitting in your car listening to us and you go, I wonder what these two chuckleheads look like while they're, laughing hysterically, or I just really want to see the reaction? Get on YouTube. You can see that there. The video releases every Friday. I mean, it's not uncut like, if you was on a Patreon, but you still get to see. And then if you scroll down to the description, you look there, there's a link that'll take you over to the Discord. We call that the Backyard Bonanza. You can talk to us directly. We're on there live, uncut, uncensored, and irrevocably circumcised. Maybe? I can kind of see that, because there, in a lot of sci-fi in the future, it's like there's like basically no religion, whereas in Star Trek there's very little religion mentioned. All the quote unquote intelligent people are like, oh yeah, there's no God. And then you have in Star Trek the Jedi and the Sith, which are more or less different religions. They're two sides of the same coin.
But it does take place in a
galaxy, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes. So it could, like, coming from an extraterrestrial terrestrial standpoint, like, say it like we are the star children of the Anunnaki, and what if the remnants of the George Lucas's stories are just like the genetic inheritance of the times that we came from that galaxy? That's what the person online that was the Chandler was talking about.
Weird.
And I'm not talking like Chandler Bing Chandler. I'm talking talking like a channeler, like somebody that can be a medium in between. Like, here's an entity, here I am. I'm going to let that entity speak through me, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean that
which is also science fiction-y.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's one called science fantasy. It's like a hybrid genre. So it draws or combines tropes and elements from both sci-fi and fantasy. So it's presented with different things, like things are grounded by the laws of nature and science, but there's also a unconventional, like, supernatural element to it.
Okay. So, and what does that entail? From what movie would that be entailing?
I mean, technically, that could still be Star Wars, because there are, technological advancements like the different droids and how they interact with different machinery to make it function. But then they have the Force.
Also, the hero's journey. That's a
I mean, that's just a common trope in general.
yeah, but like kind of like your like just your typical knight's journey kind of deal, but set into the theme of space.
Right. I mean, some episodes of Star Trek even fall into that. Like any episode that Q is in, because Q is just like this member of this celestial council that's all powerful, because when he first shows up on the bridge of the Enterprise, he takes them like to various places in the future and the past and puts humankind as a whole on trial because he said that they're too violent and unpredictable, and so they should not exist. And so the crew of the Enterprise has to prove that that's not true at all. Like, it could be true of certain people on an individual standpoint, but not overall as a whole. And like Q just basically snaps his fingers and they're in a courtroom, and then he snaps them again, and the courtroom is totally different. Then he'll snap them again, and it's what it is, I guess. I don't know.
So in Q, is it like a multi-dimensional kind of power?
Yeah, he's a member of the Council of Q, but he was just like chilling off in this part of space as almost like a net. And the Enterprise came and like was caught in the net, and then he warps onto the bridge, and he's wearing a captain's uniform like Captain Picard.
Yeah,
and which Picard hates.
Yeah, Picard's not a fan of posers.
No, and he's not a fan of Q, because Q pops up multiple times throughout that series.
Yeah.
At first, I hated the Q episodes, but the more I seen it, I was like, I kind of get it, and I love the Q episodes now, just because Picard is just so mad because every time he shows up as a captain,
like I always thought
just to push his buttons.
I always thought the Borg lady, like the main Borg lady, like I thought she was like wanting Picard inside her so she could be inside him. Like that's the vibe I always got.
I mean,
Like,
that is the way of the Borg, though.
Assimilation.
Assimilation, yeah.
But just the way she would always present it to Picard was always in this scenario like this.
It wasn't just her though, because they became like one conscience.
Yeah, I forget what that's like. Hive mind.
Yeah, that's what they were. They become a hive mind because all of your knowledge and experience became part of the collective.
I think that a really good sci-fi that kind of gets, I don't know, overlooked for how whimsical it is, but I think Rick and Morty is a pretty damn good sci-fi.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
it's on the silly or goofy side.
What it has spawned with intergalactic television on there is basically what AI has become now. They just called it first. Like, just let the robot guess the scenario type shit.
Yeah.
Like, all sorts like that. It's a lot of the stuff seems like interdimensional television. So I don't know if you ever saw that episode.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of those episodes.
Yeah, there's just a lot of the AI stuff that's going on out there nowadays. That's like very interdimensional television. Like it'll show like an episode of what looks like to be America's Got Talent, and then like this girl on stage will look like she's about to start dancing, and then she shifts into a full tiger and some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's
as one does.
Yeah, but it's very convincing at first. Because it's like, oh, cool. I like America's Got Talent and all those competition shows and stuff like that. So as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh man, what's going to happen here? And I try to figure out what episode it's on. So I'll see it. I'm like, oh my god, how did they do that? Like, what kind of like camera work and stuff was going on? And then I'm like, oh, this is all just AI, and that was actually them turning into tigers. So it was just them. So it gets me into wormholes like that, and I don't enjoy the. I do enjoy the robot though. The robot does help me out in condensing my thoughts, but also the robot doesn't do a good job in.
Sometimes the robot does a really good job. Sometimes it does a real shit job.
Yeah, sometimes the robot misdirects, and then I gotta fight my way back.
Yeah, you gotta be like, hey, bruh. What you doing, bruh?
Hey, bruh, I was trying to
Bruh.
condense my thoughts, not squirrel them.
Yeah, it's like, why would you say that? 'Cause
don't-
I wasn't thinking that, but now that's all I'm thinking of.
I don't need your assistance squirreling my thoughts. Also, I got a real hot take because we're talking about sci-fis, and I put a sci-fi on today at the shop while I was there, and we had a slow point today where I wasn't doing jack. So I was like,
What about shit?
it was always that chance of it today. So, but it was back
no
to the
Jack with a chance of shit.
yeah. It's typically Jack nor shit, but today was Jack with a chance of shit.
Jackie with a chance of shit.
But it was I put on Back to the Future.
Great movies.
And I that's why I gave you the Back to the Future rundown a little while ago, whenever we were trying to put together some robots for Patreon. Yeah,
Check that out.
that went real well.
God.
So
They're cool, as you can see.
what had happened was, I told Tiny that if they were to make Back to the Future nowadays, they would be going from where we are sitting currently back to 1995.
Yeah. You just like to make me feel sad and old.
I mean, it's not really meant to be that way, but if it comes off that way, I'm sorry. But in Back to the Future, I hadn't really like sat down and watched it in a long time, but I remember a lot of stuff from it, and I forgot about a lot of the subtle things that happened that weren't so subtle, like how often like Marty's like depressed mom at the very beginning of the movie were like, "Oh, you would never catch me trying to hold hands with a boy, or talk with a boy, or go on a date with a boy,
or even touch your father sexually outside of trying to procreate."
And then the very first time you get to see his mom in real life, like back in those days, back in 1955, she's like trying to jump Marty's bones. Like,
Yeah.
So-
yeah, she went from like repressed, sad,
yes,
to just a horny teenager.
yes. So,
And mind you, it's the same actress with terrible prosthetics.
but mind you, my wife is sitting on the couch next to me, not watching the movie, and
His mom was hot
she's
back in the day.
she's reading a book on the couch. So she's on her Kindle reading a book, and the movie's on the television over there. She's not paying any attention to it, and it gets to the part, and she's like, "And you'd never catch me, with the boy or going to a boy." So I'm like, "Bullshit! You tried to fuck your son." and my wife looks up from the like pops out of
She
book.
has
world.
seen Back to the Future, right?
She pops out of book world like, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, that is not a statement that you just hear all the time, so I get it.
She's like, "Oh, you're watching Back to the Future." I'm like, "Yeah." Well,
Yeah.
whenever he goes back, she's like, "Yeah." But Back to the Future is actually a pretty important one because of how well it demonstrated the temporal paradox trope.
Yeah.
The actions of the past risk altering the or negating the present time / future time from that point, creating logical contradictions.
Yeah. I mean, it's an example of parallel universe fiction and also, I think, new wave science fiction.
Because nobody really thought about the repercussions of time travel too much until you get into the finite details of things. Like Marty's in there talking to some dude who's sweeping the floors, and he's like,
Not new wave.
like, "Hey, you need to, you might even make a good mayor." And he's the guy that's the mayor from whenever he was
Mayor.
mayor. Doesn't that sound good? Goldie Williams, mayor.
That'll
And
be the day they make a color guy mayor.
yeah, that
I will be a mayor, Mr.
such and such.
Such and such. I
Yep.
will be. You just wait and see.
And then there's so many different things throughout the movie that's just like a play of like, if Marty hadn't have been there,
It's like, would it have happened?
would it have happened? Like, even if it was the pre-Marty going back to the past and then going to the future.
Well, I mean, in during the events of the movie, he names his own. He's named after himself.
Well, they don't know him as Marty from the past. They know him as Calvin Klein because it was all over
Yeah.
his underwear.
Yeah, but at the very end, he tells them like his nickname is Marty or something.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, it was just like a little snippet at the end. It was when they're talking about, if your kid, accidentally sets the living room rug on fire, take it easy on him.
Yeah, but he doesn't say name your kid Marty.
No. But I
Calvin,
feel like there was something like, we're going to name our son after him. Or no, they're like, Marty, that's a good name for a kid if we ever have one.
Now,
There's something like that.
well,
that
there's
happens.
there is. I think there might have been something like that, but there's also a point in throughout the movie that's like showing like Marty at her house, and he's at the dinner table and he's having to get out of there real quick because she's trying to get handsy at the dinner table with him, and he is like, that boy's useless. I hope that Lorraine, if you ever have a boy like that, I'll never be around.
Right.
Just like, and just not knowing that it is actually his grandson.
Right.
The movie
Better not
itself.
have a damn kid that weird. Well, it's like he messed up by trying to just instinctually do the right thing. Because his dad was a peeping Tom. His dad was also a pervert.
His dad was a pervert. He was bird watching
He was bird watching
Lorraine.
across the street from Marty's mom's house.
Yeah.
And then a car comes, he knocks him out of the way, even though he knows that the whole reason his parents met was because
His dad got hit by that car.
His dad got hit by her dad in the car.
But his
It's
automatic
literally,
his automatic thing was just like, oh no, Dad.
yeah, it doesn't even realize what he's done until later when his mom's trying to grab his Johnson.
And then he tells Doc, and Doc's like, because he's talking to Doc, he's like, you can't even leave this house, Marty. You can't be around anybody. Anything that you do in the past now could have a substantial output on the
Like,
future.
what if you run into your parents? And he's like,
like,
about that.
Yeah, and he's so the whole movie itself though also has to deal with the butterfly effect, which was also a good movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Truth.
But the butterfly effect, meaning like minor changes causes catastrophic things to happen. Like even if you get into like the second movie and a minor thing,
I never even mentioned the second one.
never watched this?
The first one was really good. I enjoyed the first one.
the second one was cool because they got to go to the future and you got to see what the prediction of the future is going to be like, and we're already skedaddled past the point in the future that they went to.
Was it with the same characters?
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be with different characters, which is why I didn't see it.
No,
Or
it's
was
all,
that the third one?
no, it's still all
They
the
made
same.
like 3.
The first, second, and third all have the same characters.
Really?
The only thing that's different in the second one is the dad and the girlfriend change.
Oh, okay.
So the dad and the girlfriend change, but it's due to conflicts that they had to do that. But you would never tell the difference hardly just watching it.
Yeah.
It blends really well together. I mean,
Right.
Biff is still Biff, Lorraine's still Lorraine. Like it's
I thought we was talking about butterfly effect.
oh no,
You said
no,
butterfly
no.
effect.
No, I was talking about the butterfly effect within Back to the Future.
Right, Back to the Future.
I was about to
just-
say, like, what are
just
you
the one
talking
person
about?
changes.
No, butterfly effect. I've seen the first one, and that's all I'll do.
Yeah, that's
all
what I
you-
was talking about.
Yeah, I can understand I smell what you're stepping in now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just thought it was the cheese.
No, there was a weird little that just got us both off the rails.
I apologize for that. Now, on your list of stuff, did you pull up anything specifically that might have? Because with mine, I kind of had ones that like influenced me as to the way that I saw stuff.
Well, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like growing up, I enjoyed some sci-fi. As I've gotten older, I've enjoyed it more because when I was younger, I was more into like high fantasy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more crossover than one would realize. And even amongst the subgenres, shit.
What?
I'm trying to remember the name of the show. Now, I had it, then I lost it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With the stacks.
Of what?
Altered Carbon.
Okay.
Yeah, because it falls into both biopunk and cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Because biopunk is where there's like biological things happening. Like you can transfer your consciousness between different bodies. And cyberpunk has more like integrating electronics in place of missing body parts.
Okay.
You know, like Johnny Silverhand in the video game. Like
Yeah.
Cybernetics. That's the word I'm looking for.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And the movie Alien also has that in there too.
It's true.
Because it has people that are cybernetic organisms. They also have people that are in there that have cybernetic upgrades to them, but are people.
Right. I mean, I feel like growing up, the most sci-fi that we got to experience was the alien invasion kind.
Yeah.
Because the
Independence Day.
Independence Day, that was one of the major ones. I mean, honestly, that's probably one of the first sci-fi things that I remember watching.
The definition of alien invasion trope: Earth is attacked or invaded by hostile extraterrestrials with superior technology. That's always the trope of it.
Yeah.
And with Independence Day, they had the trope of the ragtag heroes, because they brought together like this ragtag crew of folks that weren't supposed to really exist together,
Right.
but
Just randos.
but came together for the common cause. Especially Russell Cates, sir. I'm a pilot.
Yeah.
I fly.
Oh, yeah. In the words of my generation, up yours. Yep.
It's me, boys. I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, God. He reminds me of my Uncle John so much.
Your Uncle John reminds you of Randy Quaid?
The Randy Quaid's character in that movie.
That's
reminds
Randy
me of
Quaid in
Uncle
real
John.
life. He wasn't acting.
Oh, okay, then yes.
That's why he's not any bigger than he is anymore.
Yeah, I heard he was like poor and he was squatting in like an abandoned mansion at one point.
I'm not 1,000% on that, so I don't want to speak on that, because if we gather on here and speak on things, that's
Yeah.
what happens.
I know that there was one famous actor that was like Randy Quaid, in a few big things and then disappeared, that was going through some kind of situation like that. I'm pretty sure that's gotten better for them, because we're talking like this was 10, 15 years ago that I heard that.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? It could have easily
knows?
been that way. Within the subgenre of the science fiction in the alien invasion, you've also got the alien invasion as opposed to sci-fi military cross technologies,
Yeah.
like to where that like our technology becomes crossed with alien technology, which also doesn't really count too much as sci-fi anymore, since they came out and said that we've been doing that in real life.
Yeah.
They said it exists. Now, I ain't seen
We
it.
still ain't got those documents or the JFK documents.
I ain't seen it.
We've gotten some MLK Jr. documents.
Sometimes documents just don't really exist, even though we talk about the documents. So that was just a mistake. They don't really exist.
Oh yeah. It was on my desk, but it ain't real.
That's not fucking real.
Yeah,
what are you talking
The thing
about?
that last week I said was on my desk, I don't know where that come from, but it's totally not there.
What do you mean aliens exist in the ocean? What kind of liberal bullshit are you talking? What kind of fucking stupid things are you watching? Oh, it was C-SPAN.
Yeah. Well,
Just the direct Congress footage. I'm sorry, it didn't have a political bias.
I know this much. Somehow, all of my firearms, they got lost in a boating accident that I had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was out fishing, me and Jackson were out fishing, we're
And then
boating around
they
in
just
a boat.
sunk to the bottom,
Yeah,
didn't they?
Lost boat, lost firearms. It's down there with the batteries now. Out in the ocean.
Well, in case anybody ever goes out magnet fishing and they find those things, now you've cost them a trip to the police department.
No.
Oh, at least a call to the police department.
No, you don't really have to.
You don't have to call if you find
You
a
don't
gun?
have to.
Oh.
I mean, should you? Maybe.
Probably. Yeah, just
Make sure it's not just been ditched from some murder.
because most of the
even
time...
even if it was linked to a murder, there's no way to link it to the person.
Yeah.
But at least it won't be linked to you because it's in your possession.
Yeah, because that's the thing about magnet fishing. I mean, if you pull up just like a murder weapon, you want to make sure it's documented that, hey, I found this.
I want to go magnet fishing. I wanted to go for quite a while. I've even got magnets and ropes, but I've just not gotten anybody that would go with me.
You know what movie I watched as a kid that I actually thought was pretty cool as far as a sci-fi take on stuff?
What?
It uses the trope. It uses the trope of frozen hero in time.
Okay.
And it's a protagonist from a violent or primitive part of history is reintroduced into a pacified future setting. And that was the movie
Kind of like the one with Sylvester Stallone with the 3 shells.
Demolition Man. Yes, Demolition Man, dystopian action comedy sci-fi. The utopian dystopia in the future. It's a dystopic future that's also utopian because there's underground societies of the people that can't afford, and then the 1% live above ground.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a diagram of what, in theory, you're supposed to do with the 3 shells, though.
I always wondered about
most
the
curious.
hygiene revolving around the 3 shells.
It showed somebody with 2 shells in their hand, kind of like this, like a Muppet mouth.
Yeah.
And they extract the log, and then they scrape the remnants with the 3rd shell.
That just sounds like That just
Sounds awful.
That doesn't sound like clean at all, honestly.
I mean, it'll take off the poop and a layer of skin. It's
The
not dirty if it's not there.
The satirical social commentary within the movie, though, was the idea that everybody is going to become more and more intelligent and less prone to be physically capable. The physical altercations and stuff don't happen anymore because you use your words to fight your way out of stuff. But he kind of ends up being a punch in a world of words.
Yeah.
And people just don't know how to take it because it's just like he's a caveman basically because he's going to lay hands on you. Like once you have now insulted him, he's going to now put hands on you. Now, what are you going to do about it? Well, you're going to discipline him. Well, what about this other guy that's the villain that's from back in his exact same time who's going to use methods that nowadays villains don't do because he's actually going to try to blow some shit up. He's actually going to be killing some folks. He's not going to be, most crime rate is just down or oppressed to the point to where now everybody's underground that's going to want to cause crime. If you're going to cause anything bad to happen, you're probably going to do it down there.
Yeah, because I think the world of you're talking about Demolition Man.
Yeah.
But like Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Wow, I squirreled. It's doesn't it take place in like New York or Chicago?
It's something like that. I don't know if it gives a name of it.
Yeah.
Might call it like New York or something.
But it's based on a city that existed over in like the Middle East kind of area that was walled off, and it was just its own central city that was almost like its own country that was just packed full of people and was run by these crazy crime syndicates. I don't remember the name of the place, but y'all give it a Google, figure it out. But
I think that there's a new movie coming out, a new Judge Dredd reboot.
I think so too. None of that made sense that I just said, but it's okay.
It did. It made sense. I think there is a new Judge Dredd reboot that's coming out, and one of your favorite directors is directing it.
Who?
Taika Waititi.
How is that one of my favorite directors?
He's not one of your favorite directors. I was just saying.
I don't even know who he is. I've heard the name. I know he's directed some stuff.
He has actually been in a lot of stuff and directed a lot of stuff that I've enjoyed, but he's not everybody's favorite because he directed Thor: Love and Thunder,
which is a porno,
and he
movie.
He was also in Our Flag Means Death.
I don't know what that is.
That's on HBO. It's a very good show.
Is it like pirates?
Yes.
Okay, because it sounds like pirates.
It is pirates. It's about the gentleman pirate, and you'd have to watch the show to understand about him. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But there's no details on the Judge Dredd reboot because this is the third iteration of Judge Dredd we will have in our lifetime as far as movies will go because we had Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd, we had Carl Urban Judge Dredd, and now we're going to have Taika Waititi directed. I don't know who the cast is, Judge Dredd, so that'll be number 3.
Alan Richardson.
We need to stop putting.
I want to see him
roles.
in so many things. He's such a good actor.
We need to stop putting him in roles because I keep getting let down by the idea, like, what if he's not Batman, or what if he's not this, or what if he's not?
I don't want to even say the words that he's not Batman. I want to be able to say he's Batman.
Wouldn't that be great to just get on the podcast one day and just be able to say Alan Richardson is Batman?
Yeah, Batman. Yeah, not front man, but back man.
Well, and my lip caught on my tooth on the way through, and it said back man.
Yeah, I seen back man in my head.
Yeah,
when you said it.
No. Well, he's pretty wide. he's girthy.
Huge.
He's girthy and then Schultz.
He is a girthy boy.
So he is back man as well.
He's like the Nathan's hot dog of people, but leaner.
Like if his wings or something don't spread on the cape, he can just spread his lats.
Yeah, he was like if a Nathan's hot dog worked out a lot.
Hey, Alan Richardson, we're really big fans of yours.
Yeah, I don't mean that in a negative sense at all. Like, I love the man as an actor.
Tiny thinks you look like a really ripped hot dog. I don't know what that means, but Tiny
watch
thinks
Blue Mountain State, you'll understand.
Tiny thinks you look like a really ripped hot dog.
And that's a compliment.
Good. You mean it as a compliment.
Well, like The Giver. Have you ever seen The Giver?
I have not. I have not.
Okay, it's kind of it's like future. Obviously it's futuristic, but it's a little bit of mysterious artifacts / ancient astronauts kind of thing.
Okay,
minus the astronauts because they've gotten to a point in society where they all take a drug that suppresses their emotions and they all see in black and white. and they have to draw numbers, and there's this whole thing that they get assigned a job, and they're assigned a breeding partner. Like, it's not that you find you a lady you like and you do things and da da da. You just basically get a breeding partner.
And then you go here, you go here.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a breeding partner. You get a partner.
Yeah.
And then y'all get to apply to have a baby, and they bring you a baby because one of the jobs is a birth mother. Well, there's a job called the receiver of memory, and that's with the protagonist. And so he meets with, the receiver of memory is like, he's not really powerful in the community. He's the mysterious guy that lives on the hill kind of thing that everybody listens to.
Yeah.
Because...
the elder.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's a council that rules this city, but he has a position on there because his job is to hold the memories of the past.
Yeah.
Instead of like a library or the internet where all the information is, it's in his head. So he's exempt from several of the rules of the society because he tells the new receiver, he tells them, stop taking the daily medication. You're to come directly to my house every day. You're going to be here most of the day, and you're allowed to lie. And because they just don't lie, they just don't.
Huh.
And he's like, what do you mean? That's weird. Why would I lie?
I feel like this would make a good book.
It's a great book. It's a real short book. It's like 100 pages.
Oh, that's my favorite kind of book.
Yeah, like you can polish it off in like an hour and a half.
That's like less than pamphlet level if you're a Sanderson boy.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like this
100-page pamphlet by Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, but it's actually a fantastic book and a really good movie. It has Jeff Bridges. But long story short, he basically lays his hands on him, and the memories that's in his head goes into the new receiver, and he not just remembers, but like he experiences the memory like it's happening.
Yeah.
And so he starts to see the world in color. And so he also starts picking apart what's going on wrong with the society, because it's very almost communist in a way, because, you're assigned a job, you're assigned a kid. Nothing is what you desire. It's all just, we do this to make the race go on into the future. This is just so we don't go extinct, but we're all just existing.
That's kind of depressing.
It is, but the end is really good, and it has a really good message. Well, we had to read it in school too.
I did.
Because it was it was one of the books we got assigned through the No Child Left Behind initiative.
Thanks, George.
Thanks, George.
Thanks, George
Yeah.
W.
Yeah, thanks for at least, 3 or 4, either 3, maybe all 4 years of high school, making me read books that I had zero interest in when I was one that was already reading books.
We had bug time to where they had like specified times, like, all right, children, sit down, read.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah, they're like, or look, we got to read the book that we were all assigned. And I'm like, I would just pull out my book and read, and they'd be like, why aren't you reading like The Giver?
Already
or
read
that
it.
one about like the Chicago Grandma, or
the Chicago
or
Grandma.
Yeah, it was like almost like short stories. It was like a Medea style grandma.
Oh, what was it? Well, it had the airplane in it too.
Yeah, I didn't. enjoy
And
that
the
one.
author came to the school.
Maybe, I don't know.
I can't remember what that's
I
called.
feel like you did. I don't know.
I think a good movie that I don't know if you've ever seen it because you like scaries.
Sometimes I got to be in the mood for scaries.
Have you ever seen the sci-fi / horror? It is a cosmic horror for the subgenre of it. Cosmic horror sci-fi.
Okay.
So it revolves around Lovecraftian themes of like eldritch abominations,
Okay.
but also deep space. And it's called Event Horizon.
I've not seen it.
Oh,
I've heard of it.
my
But I've never
merciful heavens, Event Horizon is a horror movie. Like, it is to the point to, okay, imagine you go into space and you start finding readings on your meters and everything of this portal. And this portal that you go through, like, you're like, okay, this isn't a wormhole. We're not going to be crushed. This is a portal. We're going to go into this other dimension. Like, we found this. We're going to investigate this. But it turns out that other dimension, that you've actually crossed into is the legitimate dimension of hell.
Oh, fun.
And hell isn't a space within like a fiery chamber of the earth. It's actually another dimensional plane of existence outside of our reality. So they go trying to discover this new world because they're getting like messages and they're receiving messages from this basically this portal, and they go in there and they discover that it is just literally hell in space. And that's the trope that it covers here. The trope is called hell in space.
That sounds like a not good.
The idea that a spacecraft or distant location has crossed into a supernatural or extra-dimensional realm of suffering and madness. So that's pretty much all they cross into with this desire. Like they have this desire and this hope that they're going to find this new undiscovered like place that's not been able to be picked up on any kind of radar or be picked up on any kind of like scans or anything as they explore this deep space area. But it turns out they are actually just going into hell, because in this dimension they are infused with knowledge, all the knowledge that they can bear. They are forced to bear witness to the sins of humanity and echoing themes of forbidden knowledge. And it basically just drives them mad from having all these scenes constantly like played in front of them and like shoved into their memory and their existence. Like that they've like basically all these atrocities, they don't just exist in humankind and a human world. Like you've committed these atrocities and you bear the weight of these guilt. Like that's hell.
Yeah,
like it's hell. Like, and it's a weird,
like
it's a crazy depiction of hell too, based off of that. Because that's a trope called madness through knowledge, and it's the idea
that's part of that whole Lovecraftian Eldritch
Yeah.
style thing. Because the more you know, the more you go insane.
And the third trope that it covers as well is something called unreliable perception. And that's when most of the themes and the thematic movements within the movie are going to be depicted by, like, this might be a hallucination. This might not be real. Am I going to act on this? Am I not going to act on this? Oh, my God, this demon's going to kill me. It's actually a crew member, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So the mind manipulations, the blurred reality, it leaves both the characters and the viewers of being unsure of what is actually real. Or at least as far as like what the plot goes, because you could definitely tell shit ain't real because this is 1990s claymation / CGI. So it's when they were blending them both, but not in like not everything was Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
like not everything was that well blended of practical / CGI.
Look, some of my favorite sci-fi is the horrible, shitty CG ones. Because growing up, there was one on the. I was a very big fan of the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
Especially late at night, but also earlier in the day for two very different reasons. One show that I watched was called Lex, Lexx.
Yeah. Huh?
It was, it was just a goofy space epic, but very poorly done. Like some of the actors and actresses just did not know how to act. I think we've actually talked about it on the podcast before.
I think we have.
Yeah. So just rewind it back and you'll see. But I also enjoy what's called cozy sci-fi.
Okay.
So cozy sci-fi is something more like WALL-E. You know, it's a heartwarming story about a lonely robot who finds love and purpose on a garbage-filled Earth. You know, it's not.
I love.
There's
WALL-E.
some big threat. There's not something crazy going on. It's just this little robot fella just out living life, and then he finds a pretty lady that he wants to live life with.
Yep.
You know, it's.
I think that the biggest threat and the biggest enemy within WALL-E is actually just human existence.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because like they're just blob people. They no longer have to walk to get around. They just get transported like place to place. Like, oh, what do I want? I want Captain Crunch. They push a button and they get this goop.
Yep.
And it's flavored goop that has the nutrients of this.
Yep.
And the taste.
I feel like at that point it'd be called nutriments.
Possibly. I don't know. It'd be called nutriment.
Exactly. I mean, they'd just like push a bed and they go blap and then push the button again. and then it goes.
Also, just a real quick
A
sidebar.
third
Just
button and it closes back.
you know how I like to make you feel bad and feel old and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to know TV Land? Because you were mentioning reruns and stuff just a minute ago. TV Land. You know TV Land.
Yeah.
What used to play like
I watched the hell out of that when I was a
like
kid.
Andy Griffith and Happy
I
Days.
Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Dude, Happy Days.
You want to
That
hear
was my jam.
You want to hear the schedule of what TV Land is playing these days?
I've seen it at one point.
I just looked it
but
up.
it's-
Here's for right now. Currently, while we're podcasting, starting from 2:12 this afternoon until this evening at 11:30.
They're starting TV Land at 2:00 now?
Yes. Well, it's an entire channel now.
Oh.
So Mike and Molly.
I don't know what that is.
That's a Melissa McCarthy television show. You've got 2.5 Men
We can stop.
and Seinfeld.
I mean, fuck Seinfeld, but we can stop. We don't.
Man,
don't have to-
manly man. So watching
have to delve
2.5
into that.
Men now is the equivalent to sitting in our childhood homes late at night watching Andy Griffith.
But it's a far lesser caliber of TV show than what used to be on TV Land.
You are correct.
Because like I Love Lucy was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I Dream of Jeannie was fantastic.
Yeah, because we used to sit in the 90s watching shows from the 60s.
Bewitched. Oh yeah.
So now we sit in the 2000s watching shows from the 90s.
I'd rather watch Jeannie.
In the 2020s watching shows from the 90s.
Look, I think one of my favorite shows, and Hogan's Heroes, from TV Land was I Dream of Jeannie, and that probably tells me a lot about myself
I think that, let me
that
think.
just occurred.
Well, do you remember the actress's name that played Jeannie?
Not at all.
Well, then you weren't that hard off, brother.
No, I'm just talking about some ideas.
Well, her name was Barbara Eden. Because
Yes, master. I mean, she was. She
it
absolutely
fucking
was.
is what it is. I mean,
realistically, all the ladies that was on those shows were beautiful in their own ways.
what's your wish, master?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
This is a G-rated television show. Well, and I wouldn't mind if you would.
Let me just bob my head and I'll make you happy,
Yeah,
master. I mean,
essentially.
come on.
I mean, at the same time, too, like when that show was playing as a rerun and you were watching that at the exact same time earlier in the day, you could have been watching Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
And that was vulgar.
Oh, dude, I went back.
It was
and
South
watched
Park
a
without
couple
cussing.
Episodes. I'm like, how did my mom let me watch this?
Powdered Toast Man used funky butt crack like scratchings to like shove in children's mouths. He used to scratch his ass,
Yep.
pull out the fuzzy cinnamon sugar, and shove it into children's mouths.
Yeah.
And we were just like, Ren and Stimpy, so funny, you idiot. It's true, it happened.
I remember having like a cassette tape of like the Ren and Stimpy Christmas songs and stuff. It was like all their Christmas songs, and they had a Hanukkah song too.
There was
surprisingly.
there was a family emotional one that was on my list too for sci-fis.
Was there?
Yeah, E.T. the extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
E.T. the extraterrestrial, tender, grounded take on alien contact as opposed to all the violent ones we're used to.
It was just a little guy that was lost.
It was
Wanted to go home.
the benevolent alien visitor trope, where an extraterrestrial being is peaceful and curious and emotionally intelligent. You know. Ouch.
Oh, just touch my finger.
I can't reach it.
Try it anyway. We did it.
Child alien bond. A human child forms a deep and emotional and telepathic connection with that alien, which is like he's sick, ET's sick, he's stressed, ET's dying, you know, all this other stuff. Like that movie was crazy as a kid. That I think at one point too, like I think in the lore of making the movie, like Drew Barrymore's character actually believed that the ET was real. Like, and they didn't correct her.
Weird.
So she was legitimately like not just acting, like she was legitimately like thinking that she was side by side with this alien. Like nobody telling her that it's just
That's
a puppet.
crazy.
Yeah. And let's see. And there's also the final trope of it as government as threat, which if the aliens in the movie can't be the threat, then the actual threat's got to be the fact that the alien is good hearted and has this bond with the boy, but now the government got to take him away.
Yep.
Oh, and then one of the funniest early things ever in South Park. It's the feds! Run, E.T., run!
I mean, it would be a thing that the government would do because it'd be like, well, we're obviously going to study it.
Yep.
It's not a human, so it doesn't have a soul, so let's cut it apart.
Yep, let's slice it
I mean,
because it needs to be
Tell
sliced.
me that doesn't sound like something the government
It's
would
totally
do.
the government. Government came and took my E.T.
Yeah, government came and took my ET
Government
away.
came and took my ET. Well, I think we might have covered a vast array of sci-fi genreing.
Well, hold on. There's also dystopian because that's also considered sci-fi. Like
There's so much dystopia.
yeah, like
Walking
Book of
Dead.
Eli. Like that one was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's considered a sci-fi. It's like a completely different social structure happens. The man's blind, and it's such a good movie. And the idea of they're wanting to try to use religion as a government institution to control people and control the masses.
When I was in a metal band, we used to come out on stage with like the strobies happening, and our entrance to the stage wasn't us actually playing music. It was us coming out to the positions we would for the opening song to the monologue from Book of Eli that he had through.
That movie's that old?
Yeah. Yeah, it's early aughts.
Really?
Yeah, it's early aughts that it came out.
I could have swore we were out of high school then.
No. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Because I can kind of remember the quote. He says, both thorns and thistles it shall be born, it shall bring forth for us, for out of the ground you were taken, and for the dust that we are, to the dust we shall return.
Isn't that when he's like walking backwards underneath the overpass holding the machete
Yes.
in that first fight?
Yes.
It come out in 2010. We were out of high school.
Yes. And did it?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't
I
remember.
googled it.
Yeah, because that was, it was a long time ago, and that all kind of blends together in my head.
It does.
But then I later on took that and twisted the words of that and turned it into like a biblical revelation screaming kind of deal for my opening song.
Kind of like the Pulp Fiction
Yeah.
kind of thing, which is not a Bible verse.
No, it sounds like one.
It really does. It was inspired by an actual scripture.
The opening to our Inner Demons album was a song called Genesis, and it was just like an instrumental. Then it was just me just yelling like something along like, "You will return to the ground, for out of it is where you were taken. It's dust that you are, and it's to that dust you shall return." And then it's dun 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 dun, boom, right into the first song. That's back when I thought I was going to be a famous musician, but that never really happened because it wasn't meant to be. But there's probably an Elseworlds where I did become a famous musician.
Probably.
I'm glad I didn't, though, because I wouldn't have probably ended up with my wife because our paths would have never crossed. And I love my life, so I don't want to, just
Yeah.
try not to think about
Well, I mean, considering how y'all met, it still could have been a possibility.
You never know.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
She could have still messaged me over Facebook.
Yeah.
She could have. She very well could have. So very seldom does the I'm going to message you over Facebook work out for anybody.
Exactly.
But by God, we going on plumb near a decade now.
Mhm.
Boy.
Boy.
Boy. Plumb near a decade, boy. We've reached an hour.
We have.
We've done it. It actually flew by.
It did.
It always flies by, especially when you got a
Better
mouthful
way
of
faster than the special Patreon thing did.
time flies by when you got cow ass in your mouth.
Right. It's finally kind of gone away. It was such an intense cow ass that it kind of burnt a little.
I went back and finished my.
Did you get a little like mouth tingly?
No. There are certain spots in the very original one that I had. The very first bite I took was like full mouth, like static.
Oh yeah.
It was mouth static, but it's strong flavor. So that cheese, Roquefort blue cheese, goes on a salad with lots of mixins and fixins.
Yep.
That would actually be delicious with a wedge
all about
salad.
the proper dosage.
Ooh, make that into a wedge salad. Just like chop it up real fine and then put it up on the side of that big ice wedge.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm not
That'd
even.
be real good.
That would be good. A bunch of bacon, fresh cooked bacon.
Maybe
Bacon wedge.
but also like a lot of red onion
Yeah.
and some of that like some spring mix.
Mm.
Because we don't do iceberg in my house. We do spring
Understand.
mix.
That's wedge salad is just easy to do and also easy to upcharge for.
That's true.
Sorry, I don't run a restaurant. I just
true because
I just work at a vape shop.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us this week and sitting around and talking about some sci-fi tropes and some different directions on the sci-fi branches. We'll be back again next week. Pretty much whatever we want to get into because it's kind of how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. You'll listen to it, and sometimes you'll suggest things. But tis what it is.
And if you liked the movie Jurassic
And
Park,
tain't what it tain't.
you would like the main guy in Event Horizon because I think his name's Sam Houston, maybe.
Oh.
The guy that is the main doctor, Grant from Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's the dude that's in all sorts of bad shit in the Event Horizon.
Gotcha.
So everybody have a good rest of the week. We'll see you next week. Oh, by the way, you got something in your butt.
Is it the remnants of the little robots? Is that what's in there?
If 3D printed robots walked in the room with a couple of grapes,
I'd shoot them.
Shoot 'em!
Shoot 'em.
Bye, everybody.